Good morning, Hit Nation. The funny thing about recording a video uncut, like the way that I normally do, is that sometimes I have to record the same thing over and over and over again. And so I finally decide to write it down as opposed to just recording it willy-nilly. But in any case, now I wrote it down and I hope to come with this for the future. My Worthless Half a Penny. And this one is My Worthless Half a Penny Part 10, the official one. The previous one actually titled 9.5. But it ties up a little bit to what we have to talk about today, which is the luck of the winner, right? Winner's luck, the luck of the champion, however it is that I called it or wrote it. The fact of the day is going to be now strictly about the Miami Heat. I'm going to start with a question and reveal the fact at the end. It's not a very difficult thing to find out for yourself, but how was the name of the Miami Heat chosen? How do we have the Miami Heat? This is another question. I'm going to mention the name of the artist in a future video, the logo. But in any case, this is the ECF Game 2 edition of our Worthless Half a Penny, my Worthless Half a Penny. And I really have to ask if you guys agree that this is indeed the easiest run for the Celtics. It's like they built the fluffiest cake and the shortest of paths through that cake to walk through the finals of the NBA this season. And obviously this is about injuries. Right now the Pacers lost Halliburton, and I think that they had a pretty good game until he left. The Celtics keep saying something that I unfortunately have to agree with. I think that they would have beaten Miami Heat regardless of having Jimmy Butler. I think that they would have beaten the Cavaliers regarding of them having both Jared Allen and Donovan Mitchell. I don't think the Pacers would have beaten the Knicks if the Knicks had Mitchell Robinson and then later all of the other injuries, OG and Brunson in the Game 7. As much as you try to make an effort, and sometimes you actually can muster that superstar force in you, if you don't have the superstar, then you can't win the game. For the Celtics, you could easily argue that they would have won anyway, but still. And they lost, and they keep saying, oh, we lost Porzingis, we're also injured. No, it's not. Porzingis does not have the same sway, the same moving of the needle as he had during the regular season. Obviously, right now, you have Drew Holiday doing, a lot of the work. They're White, increasing his playoff performance, not so much right now. We'll see what happens in the future. It would be much more fair to say, you lose, Jason Tatum, or you lose Jaylen Brown, and yeah, the series could change if you lose one of those two, of course, right? In addition to Porzingis or whatever it is, then even more so. But that's not the case. Is this the easiest one? Can we say that the 2021 for the Bucks was easier because all the champion teams and the teams that actually went further in the playoffs, they had a shorter off season. And then there were injuries in the net. I can say that, but also have to recognize that the Bucks went down 0-2 against that series, in that series against the Nets in the semis after sweeping us, and they also went down 0-2 against the Suns, if not mistaken. And then injuries happening, Harden, Kyrie, and all those things in the Nets, and of course that changes the entire complexity of the game. But you still have to get 4 wins, and today, that's not an easy thing to do. But that does also show that run was kind of a fluke because the Bucks were never able to kind of get back to it. The Celtics haven't made the finals more than once since Tatum, but they made ACF a lot of times, and they've been there a lot of times. So that's been a long time coming. Now it is luck of the winner. To get Halliburton injured, it's not even your fault. That's lucky. You get lucky. The team that loses to a completely unexpected injury is the unlucky one, and that team gets lucky. And on the other hand, you also have the situation of, are they going to go to the West, and then is Doncic going to get injured, or is Ant-Man going to get injured now? That begs the question, because obviously what we want to see is if the ECF run goes long. And the WCF run, we don't know. We're going to see tonight what happens. But, I see it as a lot more competitive, obviously, than what the ECF is. I think the ECF right now is ridiculous. Is there such a thing as a fake championship? I come from the fact of the bubble for us, but there is also one very particular issue with my, again, soccer background, soccer team, Corinthians in Brazil, winning the World Cup of clubs in 2000 when they were invited to play, as opposed they were invited because they were the best team in Brazil, but they were invited to play as opposed to having actually deserved to be there, and then they won that championship. Um, is it fair to say that they are the legitimate winners of that World Cup? I say it is 100%. So that's not nobody's questioning the legitimacy of the imminent, I think, Celtics ring. I think that it's just all the other fans from all the other teams. And as much as ESPN hypes it up, whatever hypes it up right now, whatever sports channel and media hypes it up, we all know, and commentators are going to say, yeah, you did it because all the other teams you faced were injured. But at the same time, it's not like they didn't deserve it. So my question is this something that makes sense? Is this undeserved? Do we think the bubble run has anything to do with it? I don't, but I'm not going to talk about the bubble. And finally, of course, I just wanted to say that the Heat chose the Miami Heat name through a survey that was conducted in 1986. In any case, F Boston and let's go Heat.